So Joseph's two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim.
Okay. Now, as we pause for a little family note. As unto Joseph were born two sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. Joseph called the name of his firstborn Manasseh. For God, he said, hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of his second son he called Ephraim. For God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction.
For some reason, we usually say them in reverse order. We usually say Ephraim and Manasseh. I think as you get further into the Bible, they're listed that way rather than, I don't know why.
Instead of the oldest to the youngest?
The youngest to the oldest.
Yeah. Well, these boys were born before the famine. He called his first son Manasseh, and I'd say a good name for him would be
Amnesia.
Because it means that God has made Joseph forget. He was so much involved that he forgot about his father's house. He had been a homesick boy at first, but he's not anymore. In the first part of this chapter, we saw Joseph when he was released from prison, changed his clothes, shaved himself before he appeared to Pharaoh. It may seem to you that shaving may not be very important, that the Gillette company would be interested in that fact.
Right.
But to us, it has a symbolic interest.
Right.
The Hebrews wore beards, and when Joseph shaved himself, changed his clothing, it speaks to me of resurrection. He laid aside the old life and began the new life. From that point, he dresses like an Egyptian, talks like an Egyptian, he lives like an Egyptian. And he says, God made me forget. So he names his son Manasseh, and you may call him Amnesia if you want to. That is J. Vernon McGee and not me. J. Vernon McGee. The next boy.
I appreciate the amnesia that God has given me.
Yes. Absolutely. You try to forget 32 years ago, but then it comes right back. And the next boy's name was Ephraim. Ephraim. It means fruitful. So you can call it in the next. You can call Ambrosia. This next boy Ambrosia, like Ambrosia salad. Someone may object to this is free translating. Maybe it is, but if you put those two boys' names together into their English counterparts, that's exactly what they are. His boys were Amnesia and Ambrosia. Joseph gave them these names because God made him forget his father's house and had made him fruitful in the land of Egypt. The 7 years of plenteous was in the land of Egypt were ended. Genesis 41 and 53. Now the 7 years of bountiful crops are over now, and the famine will begin. At this time, Joseph is 37. Keep that in mind for the next chapter. And the 7 years of dearth begins to come. According to Joseph, had said the dearth was in all the land, but in all the land of Egypt there was bread. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, go unto Joseph, and what he says to you, do. Genesis 41, 54 through 55. May I call your attention to the fact that Joseph is the one who had the bread. There's another parallel here. Jesus Christ said, I am the bread of life. And the famine was all over the face of the earth, and Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold into the Egyptians, and the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. All the countries came to Egypt to Joseph to buy corn, because that the famine was so sore in all the lands. Genesis 41, 56 through 57.
There's a little down there.
Oh, Notice that the famine is worldwide. Sorry, I didn't
And
even
so
see
that's J. Vernon McGee's commentary on section verses 50 through 57. Now let's see what Chuck Smith says. His interpretation of Manasseh is forgotten, and he's reigning and has not forgotten, though what the Lord has done for him. He's forgotten all the bad stuff they had to go through, but not what the Lord has done for him. He has forgotten the bitterness, the toil, the slavery, and the imprisonment. Ephraim is remembering God can make you prosperous in affliction. And so God had him down there for the preservation of the people in the lean years. In other words, he saved the world.
Yeah.
We can not see what lies ahead. God can see down the road. He is preparing us for eternity. The eternal purposes, Toralist temporary affliction. The let's see, how can it the fulfilling of eternal purposes is worth our temporary afflictions. In other words, and don't get discouraged as at God, that God has forsaken you, that you might reign with Him without end. Get our eyes on eternal goals, then we can endure our present circumstances. Our eyes are set like flint forward toward that goal. And this kind of reminds me, where he shaved, it kind of reminds me of the Nazarite vow. I've done that a few times myself. People don't like it whenever I do it. You probably won't ever let me do it again. But, you shave your head. Now I just shave my beard.
It's scary.
And that's scary enough.
It's scary.
Let alone if I shave my head. But they probably, most Egyptians you see, they have shaved heads too. Especially the lower class, they had shaved heads and they were shaved all over. Maybe they had that disease where you can't,
alopecia,
where you don't have hair or something. But,
yeah.
But it's a marker. One of the things that you realize, with your mom dying, if you shaved your head, or if I shave my head. Women usually don't shave their heads, but if I shave my head, that would be a marker to show how long ago that it had been, and to me, of course, it doesn't grow back on some people. I had one time I did it, and this guy, this worker, a caseworker of mine, he said, "Yeah, I shaved my head and it didn't grow back."
Oh no!
But but the point is, it grows back. Is that in the lean years, it's a representation here that you're going to make it through the lean years, because you know that God's going to grow back your hair,
right?
And so it grows back, and so it's just getting through these lean years, And I joked to Jimmy tonight. I don't know if you heard me. I said that the lean years are over. Whenever I gave my offering, and but that if you're struggling with something, it's momentarily. If it's good times, it's going to be momentarily. So we need to think of the future anyway. We need to put up the excess. If we have excess, it needs to be stored until for the lean years, because they're going to come. And when you're in the lean years, you know that they're going to end, that you will have good years. I mean, and also it's kind of interesting that this, neither one of them drove this conclusion, but it just occurred to me is the 7 lean years, well, it's going to be 7 years of tribulation, but it will be 3.5 years of prosperity, and then 3.5 years
instead of 7 and 7
of tribulation. Well, I mean, it's 7 years of tribulation.
I know, but instead of this is 7 and 7.
Right. So it could be, there could be a reference
Some
there.
kind of a link to it.
Let's see. So let's see. Is this on? Yeah, that's on Facebook. You know Tammy Jones. Hey,
Tammy, hi, Tammy.
Tammy Jones is watching. Hey,
hi,
Tammy. Glad that you're watching. And so I hope that you're getting a blessing.
Does that say something there?
No.
Oh.
It says something up there.
Oh, okay.
Does that say Tammy Jones?
Can't see it.
You can't see it.
Or the blind leading the blind.
I know. we're in trouble. But I hope that's Tammy Jones comment up there, or something. And so,
I can't see it.
With that concludes the reading of God's Word tonight. I hope that you you enjoyed the reading of God's Word.
I did. I'm learning a lot about Joseph and Potiphar and Ephraim and.
Well, it kind of reminds me, Braden is 17, and this kid went into slavery. Braden's had a rough time.
Yeah.
It's about to come to an end. Hopefully, we'll see with him. But that kind of gives you him some hope. I think I told him whenever that I was listening to this, Chuck Smith go through this a couple of years ago. Whenever he started, this would be a good portion for him to read.
Yeah.
And so it'd probably be good for any young man to read,
absolutely,
realizing all the hardships they have to go through, because it's hard to be young.
It is.
All the breakups and problems you have.
Well, and this thing right here,
you have.
when we were young, we didn't have this. When we were 16, 17.
Right.
We didn't have phones, and now they talk to each other, FaceTime, and, and all that. So it's harder now than it did when we were kids,
All right. So we do encourage you to make comments and ask questions. That's
absolutely
what we're here for. If you wish to make your comments and questions anonymous, we will keep your confidentiality by, if you want, you can write us. We are a 501c3 company called Christ Recovery Ministry. We're a P.O. Box 336, Berea, Kentucky, 40403. Our phone number is 859-339-7633. And so if you wish to opine, give us your name, your town, and if you wish to remain anonymous. And we'll keep your confidence. And so with that, if there's no further ado, we will close as Katie
knows
can't
every
wait
time
for us to sing her song.
Yes.
We close by saying,
good night until we meet again. Adios, au revoir. I'll be the same till then.
And oh, it's always sweet sorrow to part.
You'll know you'll always remain in my heart. Good night, sleep tight, until the bed was light. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, have a little day. Good night, and don't ever forget you are truly loved. And with that, we say good night.
Annabelle, you didn't have to sing.
Through the years.
Always.
We hope it brought you some pleasant memories.
Always.
Now, from all of our musical family, good wishes, good health, and good night.
Good night.